name is Brandon, and welcome to Audio Addiction, where you can find the latest album reviews, you can find our band interviews, and you can find live video that we do in the description below, or you can just check it out in our videos portion. Also, there's a little annotation at the end of the video, so if you missed out on that, definitely go check that out. Um, I know it's been a hot minute since I've done a album review, but I figured I get around to this one because it's so good. But obviously with Thanksgiving happening, happy Thanksgiving to all of you who celebrate it. I'm really thankful for you guys who come and check out our content on a semi-regular basis. That really does mean a lot to me, and the rest of the guys at Audio Addiction. Also, if you enjoy what I do, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 200 by the end of the year. I think we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. Also, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy what I do, of course. But again, thank you guys for supporting me and supporting what we do here at Audio Addiction. It definitely means a lot. But without further ado, guys, we're gonna get into the album review. Tonight's album is Bilmuri's new record, Letters. So this album came out on Monday, November 21st, I believe. But I've been a really big fan of Bilmuri. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's actually Johnny Franck's side project. He, records bands and does stuff like that. But he wanted kind of a musical outlet. I know he had The March Ahead, which is another great one. And then he's done some like covers and things. But, you know, I was really excited for this record. Not only because I like the tracks that he released, the music videos, but I really enjoyed their last record too. But he's just been putting out really solid content, and I feel like, Caleb being really popular with Beartooth, I feel like he deserves that same amount of popularity because I really, really enjoy what he does. I really enjoy like his different spin on like, like metalcore, that sort of genre, post-hardcore. I feel like he definitely puts his own spin onto it, and it has. I mean, besides him being an Attack Attack, it remotely does not sound anywhere near to Attack Attack. There are some influences. We'll get into it, but overall, I feel like it's a totally different animal in terms of from now to when he was in Attack Attack. So, first track is called Conditional. Starts off with a bang, probably like one of the best tracks on this record without a doubt. This is just a really solid album to begin with, but it just starts off with just that really just grungy sort of like just I don't even know if it's grungy. It's just that got that like dirty, distorted tone to it, which I love. It's just got this real beef to it. Also, I feel like Johnny's voice is synonymous with autotune and stuff like that. And I'm sure he still uses it, but not nearly to the capacity of Attack Attack. But I really, really enjoyed his voice. I think he's really just polished it up and just made it his own thing. Like in Attack Attack, obviously is very, you know, over polished, obviously because of the auto tune. But I really feel like he really shines on this record, obviously. But he's just a really good vocalist. I didn't even really feel like I didn't really give him the credit he deserved. Just being a vocalist because you kind of overshadow that with him being an Attack Attack, and I know I keep referencing it, but I feel like he's just got a really unique voice, almost very similar to Parker Canyon, or I don't know how his name goes, but basically the guy from Story So Far. He's got this like grit to his voice that really has something, at least to me, that I really enjoy, and it kind of shows his emotional like I don't know, aggression in sort of some of the tracks on this record. But overall, Conditional, excellent opener track. Definitely could have started out any better. The second track is called Drone. This one is probably the heaviest track, or one of the heaviest tracks on the record. It's just got this really like cool like opening. It's got this guy talking, and then like the drums, guitar, bass. The guitar comes in first, and that riff's coming, or not the guitar first, the drums first. Then you feel the riff come in, and then it just explodes. Also, I had no idea that he could scream, and that he could scream really good. He definitely screams. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to start like a war or anything. I mean, Caleb's really an awesome vocalist, and Beartooth is an amazing band, but I don't know, you know, Johnny's got given him a run for his money at least on this album. But super solid track. Probably another one of my favorites. It's really tough because I really enjoyed this whole damn album. It's really hard to pick favorites, but Jaron is something that's just heavy. It's got this beef to it. I don't know if he did all the instruments on this album. Somebody can correct me in the comments, but yeah, it's just beefy. It's really good. Obviously, I know he did the mixing mastering on his own records, but um, second track, perfect. We'll move on to track number three, which is Lie. It kind of smooths out a little bit. He has some tracks where it's kind of, I wouldn't even say it's like I don't know what the word for it is. It's not like an interlude. It's definitely got some beat, a little bit of, more to it than just an interlude, but it has this interlude sort of feel to it. I really enjoy this track. I think it's a nice pace between, Conditional and Drone. They're kind of heavy hitters, and I also feel like it leads very well into the next track. But I would say this one's a really good track as well. Not one of my like favorite tracks, but definitely in those great area tracks. We'll move in to track number four, which is called Faint. This was the first single I believe he released, and the only single I think he released. But this comes with a music video. If you haven't, go check it out on his channel. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description as well. And check out the other Murray record. I was gonna say Murray, it's something else, but anyway. This was really cool because the intro has the Stranger Things intro to it, which I think is really cool. Definitely, I mean, it's just a cool intro, and he just really added his own style to it. But I would definitely say these next couple tracks are definitely my favorites off the record. 4, 5, and 6 are probably my favorites. But this just has this sort of bounce to it. It's got this catchiness. It's heavy, but at the same time, it's got some nice, really like softer parts where you could hear his cleans very well, and then he's got some more grittier parts. So I feel like there's this nice balance between that in this track at least. I would definitely say this is the catchiest off the record. Maybe Overlooked is a very close second, but they're all really good. Speaking about Overlooked, that's the next track. I really enjoyed this one as well. Like I said, the next three are my favorite. But really enjoyed this track. I love the riffage. I like his balance between really heavy riff parts, really catchy, vocal melodies and stuff like that, and then as well as having some different changes in vocal, strategies where whether it be like screaming, it's got this like kind of like almost yell sort of sing thing, and then just singing in general. I feel like he kind of balances that all together in this record for sure. Also, I'd like to mention that a lot of these tracks are, at least at the most, I think some of these tracks are only 3 minutes. So they're very fast paced tracks. You'll get through this album like ridiculously fast. In fact, I listened to it all the way through to my job, which my job's like probably like 20 minutes away. So I got to listen to each track. So I mean, it's a shorter, I guess, album, but it's still really packed full with good stuff. We'll move on to six, which is Pain. Man, this one's just, I don't know, for me it just hits really hard. I don't know why, just emotionally, just Johnny, I feel like he put a lot more emotion in this one than the last one. I mean, there is a lot of really good tracks on the last Bilmuri record, but I feel like this one more so on that other level. But really enjoyed this one. Probably my favorite with Faint and Pain are probably my two favorites, and then maybe another one which we'll get into in a minute. But it's just got this slow sort of like alternative sort of rock feel to it, but you can really feel that, like, I don't know, he definitely uses his lower register way more, and you can definitely tell that. But I love just the emotions that you get from this track. So definitely, if you have not checked out this album, like I said, go check it out. We'll move on to track number 7, which is Lost. This is again a cool little kind of interlude, very similar to Lie. It's got this cool, like, echoey, very like clean. There's still clean guitars, stuff like that. It's got this cool ambiance to it. So I really enjoyed that. I wouldn't say it's necessarily one of my favorites, like I said, but another super solid track. We're moving on to 8, which is Teal. This one is another one of my favorites. up with Faint and Pain. Um, this one is just a great. I feel like it's another great sort of ending track. I know Near's more of the ending track, but we'll get into it in a minute. But I feel like this, in terms of like a fuller song, I would definitely say this is a great way to kind of end it out. It's got everything from like slower parts to like parts that kind of pick up a little bit more, and then obviously just Johnny's vocals and instrumentally, I feel like it's very solid. Um, and lastly, the last track, like I said, Near. This is more of a instrumental end to it. I feel like it's just I don't know. I feel like it's tacked on to Teal. Like Teal and Near are kind of close together. Obviously, no pun intended. But I feel like it's a great way to like kind of round out the record. Again, it's got this sort of feel to like track number 7, Lost or Lie. It's got this very ambiance feel to it, slow. Like you can definitely pick out a lot of stuff on this um at the end, and then it leads into Conditional very well. So my pros and cons of this record is I feel like pro. I like what Johnny's doing. I've liked what he's done in the March Ahead. Which, speaking of which, Johnny, if you're watching this, please make another March Ahead record. I thoroughly enjoyed the last one. I know they have like tracks out, but I'd really like to see another EP. But I like this side of him. I also like the fact that he's kind of, I don't know, taking a playbook out of Caleb's thing, where Caleb did have that kind of like EDM sort of thing, but then obviously now he's just focused way more on Beartooth. I feel like that would be cool. Also, I feel like a Bilmuri Beartooth tour, possibly in the future, would be insane. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But I really enjoyed this record. Like overall, I'm not just saying this because I like Johnny Frank, not just saying because I like Attack Attack. If I even took this just out of the context of him not even being in the band, I would thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy this record. It's just got this sort of catchiness to it, but it's also got this heaviness emotionally in terms of lyrics wise. I would attribute to almost like the same weight to like almost the Beartooth Sick EP. I feel like in terms of that, it's very close. You can definitely tell like the emotional aggression throughout some of these tracks, especially like Drone, um, Pain. Uh, I think Overlooked would be definitely another one, but they definitely have this like emotional, gravitational sort of thing to it that I really enjoy, and I feel like a lot of albums these days they kind of lack, but in this record, I feel like he's obviously a very seasoned artist, but I feel like overall it's just got something different that I feel like a lot of the enjoyers of this channel would enjoy. It just got this sort of, rock, hard rock, metalcore sort of feel to it. It's definitely something to check out and stuff like that. Cons, I feel like I feel like it rushes a little bit, and not just saying that because like the tracks are short. Obviously, it would rush if the tracks are short. But it just feel like very rushed. It feels very fast paced, which I mean could be a pro, could be a con to anyone. But I just feel like it was just to me it was just a little bit too fast. I feel like he could have added maybe another track or something to kind of round it out. But overall, like I said, really, really enjoyed this record. My overall rating for this record, ooh, I probably give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's a really solid record for you guys to check out. Go support Bilmuri, aka Johnny Frank. But it's good to see him doing music that he enjoys making. Not saying he didn't enjoy Attack Attack. I feel like this is just a new chapter for him, and I couldn't be more excited for him. Just being a fan of his music, um, I think this is just something different for him to try and experiment with, and I'm excited to see if it's going in this direction. I'm really excited to see what the future holds for Johnny and just Bilmuri in general. But let me know in the comments if you checked it out. What was your favorite tracks? Do you think my assessment of the album is up to your par? If you do think that it's good, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It helps me see what you guys like to see. Um, we'll be having an album review of Crystal Lakes coming up, as well as a few other ones that I can't mention, but definitely Crystal Lake is coming up very soon. Um, and I'm really excited for the future of this. Thank you guys for checking out our channel. Again, if you like what we do, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. It does mean a lot. And thank you guys again for checking out our channel. And we'll talk to you later. Peace. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps out our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.